Welcome on in, guys. Three bold takes again, and here we are at our first New Year's Six bowl that we are going to discuss, break down, and predict for you guys. We have the Cotton Bowl between number 9 Missouri at 10-2 and number 7 Ohio State at 11-1. Now, this is a very interesting matchup here with Missouri here, newcomers-ish on the block to being top tier in college football here in a New Year's Six game. And then obviously Ohio State. Everybody knows Ohio State. Missouri was a 2.5-point favorite. Now Ohio State's a 0.5-point favorite. And this was after Kyle McCord decided he was going to go play for Syracuse. God help him on why he's going to Syracuse. But yeah, this is a huge game for Missouri. It's a huge game for the SEC as a whole here. Chase, I want you to start us off here. According to ESPN, 75% chance Ohio State wins. 71% of America has picked Ohio State in this game. Who are you going with?
Yeah, so I'm actually ecstatic about this game. Missouri, of course, has been 4-8 for the past 5 years, and Eli Drinkwitz finally gets a season above 500, and he's going ballistic, thinking that he is God's gift to earth. I can't stand Eli Drinkwitz. I can't stand Missouri. This is more kind of like the Kansas Jason Bean thing the other day. Like, it actually disgusts me to even listen to Eli Drinkwitz on TV. I can't stand him. He's that kid that was fat in middle school or something and then slimmed up a little bit, and one girl liked him and he just thinks he's everything. I can't stand Eli Drinkwitz. I think he thinks he's a hot shot coach. He's honestly very mediocre. He's had a lot of senior help this year. He's had a lot of guys that stuck around for a fourth, fifth year that could have went to the draft and had a really good season, and props to them. He still lost a couple games. I don't think he should have lost, like the LSU game. He shouldn't have lost that one in my opinion. But Ohio State, on the other hand, losing 25 guys to the transfer portal, that's insane. No Kyle McCord. You're losing Maserati Marv to the NFL draft. Ohio State should win this game. Ryan Day is the better coach, in my opinion. But goodness gracious, I'm freaking going with Missouri. I think Missouri ends up taking this against Ohio State, mainly because I think they're going to have a lot of guys stick around. I said all that in the beginning because I still hold my reserves for Eli Drinkwitz. I think he's going to go back to being 7-5 next year. But for this year and this year only, I think they have the upper hand on Ohio State, and I'm not going to say that many times. I'm going with the Tigers. Quinn?
Yeah, normally when we're breaking down a New Year's Six bowl slate and you've got an SEC team in it, the roles are switched, and that's why I find this game so interesting. Like, there's a lot of times. Think Georgia, Texas back in, I think it was 2018, where Georgia had a lot of opt-outs. Texas was having their first good season in a long time. Texas showed up, was really wanting to win that Sugar Bowl, and they upset Georgia. This has similar vibes to it. Now, I will admit, I think there's a bigger gap between Ohio State and Missouri than there was between Georgia and Texas that year. You look at the storylines I could see coming out of this game. First off, I don't understand the Drinkwitz hate. I kind of like Eli Drinkwitz myself. He's winning at Missouri, not the easiest place in the world to win. I also want to apologize to Missouri fans. I went on a big tirade not too long ago about how Ole Miss shouldn't be ranked below Missouri, strictly because Ole Miss beat LSU and Missouri lost to LSU. However, if you take their 4 common games, Vanderbilt and Arkansas, Georgia, and LSU, by differential, like point differential, Missouri is way better in those 4 games than Ole Miss was. So I think they earned their ranking. I wanted to apologize to Missouri fans there. When it comes to picking this game, man, there's so much pressure on Ryan Day. There's so much pressure on Ryan Day to win this game. He may not realize there's a lot of pressure on Ryan Day to win this game, but could you imagine they lose 3 straight years to Michigan, and then they lose last year in the playoff to Georgia when they should have won, and then they blow a game to Missouri, and frankly should have lost the Rose Bowl to Utah 3 years ago. They got outplayed by Utah out in Pasadena, and they just escaped. They do it again. they're going to escape Missouri. I don't know how they're going to do it, but there's so much talent on that roster that I just don't see how Missouri squeaks this game out. So give me Ohio State to win narrowly. Everyone's going to look around going, oh, they did it again. We missed our upset, but that's going to be what it is. Ohio State does not lose New Year's Six bowl games.
Yeah, I would venture to say that's true unless they play the SEC. I believe the only win Ohio State has against the SEC in New Year's Six games came a decade ago in the very first college football playoff. So with that, I'm going to go Missouri here. I think it means more for Missouri in this game. They're going to show up. I love Drinkwitz. I mean, what he said on that selection show, it's like, hold on, I have Connor Stallions on the phone. Like, I mean, that just broke the internet for me, and I just love his charisma, and I think he's the exact type of guy you got to have if you're at Missouri. You can't have, somebody like Ryan Day, for instance, that's all business, right? You got to have somebody with some character, some flavor, kind of like Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. Can't just have an old boring coach there. But give me Missouri to win this game. Huge win for Drinkwitz. And the Missouri Tigers to get to 11 wins. I don't know when the last time they won 11 games was, but that would be unreal for them this year. So give it to me. SEC, baby, all the way. Book it.